Today, it will be a little bit different from the previous days. We have
How
many topics today.
Okay, but we only
And-
have 50 minutes, right?
Yes.
We can get
49
famous
minutes.
in 7 minutes.
Yeah. Just let's be a little bit quicker. We are playing anchor man and anchor woman, or vice versa, as a news speaker. So on the news this morning, starting with
I
this,
never
it
saw
was
Sunny such face in the news speaker.
on the news. Yeah, and we are now we have to comment on the news, and being our own private channel, they announced on the Russian news that they have a vision.
Okay, but we have to face to the audience,
Yes.
right?
There will be a vision. They announced a vision here in Russia, but they didn't told. I couldn't understand it because I don't speak Russian. What do you think? Let's be hypothetical. What's the vision?
So I look at you.
What
I
will
look
be
at
the
them.
what will be the vision for the new Russian society? What do you think?
Oh, I like Moscow so far because it's beautiful, it's complex, it's with this very strong energy, and also very special. If you in the subway, if you close your eyes to hear the sound, we never heard this sound in the subway in any other place. It's very, very strong, so the version of Russian, I really don't know. I'm too small to talk about that.
The vision.
Vision,
The future
vision.
vision. Naja, a vision is usually
Vision,
making the
Dream.
people change their life. Something. Make them more happy, or
I went to some art exhibition. I feel the energy and the Thailand, especially the energy. I think we are the same. They are also depressed, but they deliver their depression in a beautiful way. That's what I understand. So I hope the new vision.
But it's good. The new
I
version
think-
of the vision.
Yeah, the new version of the vision. They will continue keep the beauty, keep the energy, and to be able to bring me the dramatic love next time when I'm here again.
Naja, this will be probably without me.
Without who?
Without me.
I don't know. We're always in the stage, right?
Yeah, here, I know.
Yeah,
and
we're
you
always
don't,
in the
and you
stage.
don't have a lot of time for me because you're always going out during the night.
Yeah, I need to go out. I need to understand the city.
No, I understand. Are you,
And you need to be here because it's a biennale. In the night, they all speak. I don't understand that much English like you.
no, that's not true. I think you
No,
know,
it's
yeah.
so. It's very. It's a smell very interesting, but I don't really understand. So I have to go out.
As one of the new visions is definitely that they get another relationship with religion
Religion.
here somehow. This is what I'm feeling. Our hotel is next to the newly opened mosque.
Mm-hmm.
This is, come on, think 25 years back, that would have never happened. So
Why? Why?
Naja, the former communist system,
Oh.
and you know this as well.
Okay. So here it was the same.
I have not been to Russia or to a former communist state before, in a communist time. No, honestly, never in my life
But
when I was younger. But how was it in China? In the common. Do you remember this? You're too young.
I remember what?
When you grew up, when you were a child, and the political system and the religious system in China.
I'm actually not that old, So
I know.
So I don't know.
want to.
Since
but
since I went to school, we already have after Cultural Revolution.
Yes.
So we don't have that much problem or stress in the daily life to become a Buddhist. But this Buddhist we were talking about is to go to the monastery on to go to the monastery and just said I'm a Buddhist. It's more like a culture or tradition. It's not more like a religion.
I know, but
I'm talking about.
Was it more hidden? Is it more publicly and open in public life nowadays than it used to be before the Cultural Revolution in China?
Before the Cultural Revolution, I don't know because I was not born.
I know.
But oh fuck you. But after the Cultural Revolution, of course, people has the freedom, can be they can be Christian, they can be Buddhism, but I know there is a control, of course, yeah.
Okay, but can you tell us, maybe it also, it's maybe can stand as a metaphor also for Russia, is there the presence of Christianity, of Muslims, an example only, in China, does this play any public role or visible role in society in China? Is the state, or does this...
They give the space. They give the space of the rules. They give the respect. But we cannot talk about that in any of fiction, text, any book, any pages. I cannot talk about that. So I don't know how to talk about it.
But that's interesting. Why can I understand?
We cannot. It will be censored.
Yes, I don't understand this. That it will be censored. What do they fear?
I don't know. It will be sometimes like my book. Some parts be censored is because I was talking about the pork. How to cook pork. I didn't talk about how to cook pork. It was my character was talking about pork. But this chapter, the publishers think will make people...
Pork or Pope?
Pork. Meat.
Not Pope.
Not a Pope. Please. So the publishers think this is very sensitive for Muslim. So I don't know. I really don't know all these rules, and I'm very careful with that.
No, I understand. But I like our little...
Make me nervous now.
No, why? I like our little...
No, I don't know. Maybe there's a censor there. How do I know? It's always the third ear there, right?
Yes.
It's always the third person in the air. How do I know? I don't want to go back my country, get trouble.
But believe me, it's worldwide. Censorship is happening everywhere.
Okay.
So, but in the news, in the English-speaking news today, I this morning I read, oh, interesting, the New York Post. There's another. It's not only the New York Times. The New York Post from today. It's called the New York Pope, not pork.
Oh, really? Because
the Pope is
there.
Exactly. Use your mic.
Because the Pope is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is, I thought, my God, honestly, I was a little bit shocked. Said, oh my God, now the state, in the US, it's using, what does it mean? Yeah. Would they, It's free press. Yeah, but would they all call it the New York? Okay, it's only because it's a rhyme, no? So New York Post, New York pork, New York Pope, yeah, New York Rabbi. So they never would do this, I think. Yeah, but I have been very.
Can you tell us your opinion about he feeling shocked?
No.
Yeah, there's no reason to be shocked.
It's a freedom of the press. Yes, I
agree. I agree.
No, but I'm shocked. Shock is also a positive word, no? So I have been, shocked, surprised.
Surprised. Okay. Yeah. So why are you surprised?
Yeah, because I did the same, So I was reading first the New York pork.
Let's don't mix the pork with pop together. I feel not respect.
Do you think
I don't feel good with mix these two words joke about it.
No, okay. I don't
Please
want to.
Please be respect.
I don't want to make any jokes, but it's good that you know.
No,
now
you
bring
didn't
me-
make joke, but you
But-
play with the words.
No, but now you bring me to completely another
You
idea.
can't play
Does
with the
pop
words.
come
if-
from Pope?
Pardon?
Pop. Does it come from Pope?
Pop
Maybe.
come from Pope. Pop come from Pope. A part of.
Yeah. So you see, so it's because he is a pop star, no? Somehow.
But let's talk about feelings.
Okay. That's your turn then. Yes?
You certainly makes me has no words on the stage.
What? Me?
Yeah.
I showed already all my feelings.
Okay. You showed your emotion. You didn't
Emotions. My
show your
constructed
feelings.
emotions.
You very good on talking.
I was listening in the so-called, it's not my title, intellectual workshop today, and there is Tom, yeah, who brought up this. I think it's your title, the intellectual workshop. So the intellectual workshop is also, I don't know if it's about feelings, but he said something very, very, he mentioned something very. Something what made me very think about what can shape our future, and correct me if I quote you wrong. He said that the image that after 9/11, the politics and the people tried to save the image of the U.S. in that time collapsed in a way or had a little crack. So, and then they needed a lot of power to rebuild the image. Although that nowadays politics or the state is only repairing the image of what we think. Has that something to do with feelings? Restoration.
I really should not bring the feelings as the topic to our dialogue so early.
No? Then about what else should we talk? When is art
No,
good?
very good question you asked. I'm thinking.
Silence for a second, okay.
I don't think so. It brings the feelings. It's connected with the feelings if we talk about the images for the, for this kind of situation, right? It's the ideas. It's the because they have the depend what is the motivation for these images.
Yeah, but that's interesting. What is the motivation for
the action? If we're talking about they are building the
what is the image
images.
of China?
What is the image of China? But this is it depends who you ask, and
I ask you.
What I think about my country. I think it's a very unique situation of my country. Yeah, it's happening now.
Yeah, but image. What do you think? What kind of image do people have from China, from outside China?
What do you think about China? If we work together, what do you think about China? If we're going to write a story together, make a film about the contemporary Shanghai, what's the images you have in the first second?
As I have to be honest, my first image is always Beijing, because I've traveled first to Beijing and not to Shanghai.
Yeah, no problem. So what is Beijing?
And I have been many times to Beijing and not to Shanghai. And to
Yes,
Shanghai
yes.
only twice. And I always think about fantastic architecture. At the one, and on the other hand, I look in which kind of speed they build those huge mega buildings.
Yeah, you mean Tiananmen Square?
An example. So, but and then it's like, my God, how many people can this with how many people can you fill this architecture? And what do people, the streets are always packed and full and very busy and very nice. People are so friendly. And then at one point, all people disappear in those huge, huge, huge buildings. And then I'm always asking myself, what do they do inside those buildings?
When I pick up Angelica Taschen from the airport in Beijing, when our car crossed the Tiananmen Square, that's just the place you were talking about.
Yes.
She looked at Tiananmen, she said, "Is there a restaurant?" Seriously, she really said that. What is that, Kika? Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, but that's so interesting. This is not how I think about it.
So you and her are so different. She more like a lifestyle. You're more political or curator.
But I could also ask: Is there any shop to? Can I do shopping?
Okay. Okay. It's always very interesting to think about what the outside people think about China, because it can be so wrong and so different.
I got the best manicure in my life in China.
You have what?
Manicure.
The nail?
Yes.
You did the nail?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they are very good
I love
on
it
that.
to go, first thing what I do.
Is do nail, right?
Oh my
Who
God.
took you there?
Huh?
Who took you there?
I forgot. It was not Ai
It's
Weiwei.
amazing, yeah.
But someone from his studio.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So also people will think about, they will think about Shanghai. If we together write a story about the contemporary Shanghai, people very quick think about Henry Miller write about the 1920s Paris. I think this could bring such a wrong idea about what is contemporary Shanghai. It's very, very different, but it has this kind of feeling sometimes. So China is very, very mixed. You can find the 1960s, you can find the 1970s, you can find the 80s, different cultural period from the Western country. You can find all that kind of moment in China. That's what I understand China.
That's interesting. And do you think it's all coexisting at the same time?
Yes. They all mixed together. You can feel all different things, especially in Beijing. Beijing is very complex. It's complex if we talk about the color of culture. Yeah, you can really feel so many different situations if we talk about art and culture.
But in
So
talking about lifestyle, do other people are dressed like the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
Absolutely. There's a no big trend there. There's no commercial there. Mainstream there really exists if we talk about fashion. Yeah, it's very, very, it's very unique. It's very different. I don't know about Moscow, but in China, it's very different. Also, the music is very different. You can really find a different time reflection, like a 1960s, 1970s London back to Beijing in one night. You find it exactly so that's why people sometimes said, "Oh, I'm feeling I'm in New York in the 1960s." They say that, those tourists. So yeah, this is China.
But these are not tourists from China who say that.
Okay, yeah. You want me say that? It's too heavy to say on the stage.
Yeah. But it's interesting. And if I look, and also because I'm coming from this art field, and when I have been to China the very first time, I've really felt into this trap that I thought, oh my God, they're all only many years ago. Oh, they are only copying in a very good way.
You mean?
Copying.
Okay.
Copying in a very good way everything what already happened in the West.
You talk about the art, right?
Art. I'm talking only about art. I was completely mistaken when I had a deeper look. But this is there is a lot of art produced, which indeed
in Beijing.
In Beijing.
So you went to different studios.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and then it always leads me into this question: when is art? So hard to judge. When is art good and when is art bad?
There's no judgmental there. I think it's not what is art or what is good art or what is bad art. It's about the timing. It's about when is art. That's what I understand.
It's also I agree with you. So, and this was
Also,
really it was actually emotionally, and I felt a bit irritated by this, and but I'm not thinking.
Who is your favorite Chinese artist so far?
Mian.
Oh, I'm not an artist. I'm art.
Come on, it's the same. You are the Chinese version of Joseph Beuys. I don't know if you know him.
You're gonna tomorrow you're gonna
Yeah.
tell me you lie, right? Today
No.
for manipulate.
Come on, I think you can tell now. You know, I kind of decoded myself yesterday when I told you that I was lying.
Twice you said. I
Yeah,
only
twice.
remember once. Yeah.
I also only remember once. Maybe I lied.
But don't lie later.
But can we, when you're here and we are at a temporary art venue, what do you think about this painting from Luc Tuymans? Is it good or bad art?
I won't say good or bad art. I will say it's about a moment because I think it's so perfect to be here. That's what I understand.
Yes. So it's also
I'm
I'm also not
yeah.
thinking about it if it's good or bad, but it's.
But it's quite intense if I think about it. This is the background of my little stage to talk with you. But I quite like it. I have no problem with it. I think I won't judge things good art or bad art. But of course, once I went to the exhibition for, I went to exhibition for Chinese art students, like a school, like a university exhibition. I went there. After that, I feel quite sad because I never saw so many bad art. Because you can see very simple, they just copy successful painter. You can see it very clear with those students. So I think they don't have a good teacher, and they make me very sad because they're gonna spend so much energy for the parents to grow them, to educate them, become artists. But I think it comes to me to ask again about this motivator, like why you become artist, or why you paint.
Earning money.
Yeah, that's very. Want to experience, want to have the experience about successful, which I can understand. But it has to be beautiful and it has to be interesting, right?
Is good art political?
Of course, art and literature, they are political.
How do you define then politics and art?
How do I define? It's something deep inside of my inner space. I cannot define it with my words, but I know literature, writing, and art is political.
But do you have a specific definition of being or different? When do you act as a political writer?
Never act.
When do you when do you move political?
I didn't move.
Naja, come on. You moved.
I just have a different understanding. My understanding start to grow and grow and grow. I start to understand. I did not talking about the contents or the attitude. I talk about the reality. My language is not really enough, but I try to make it. I'm not talking about the contents or the attitude or the motivation. Motivate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm talking about the reality. As an artist or as a writer, it's political, I think. Because you have to involve with so many things, and also so many things will involve your creative. Otherwise, otherwise the art or the work cannot be good, right?
But I think it's very interesting what you said to me. Very
make it clear.
But for me, but what you said earlier, it was extremely interesting to me. When you said so many people, young people are studying art, and they are trained how to copy best.
Yeah, when I go to see the university exhibition, art university exhibition.
Do you think that parents, and you said parents sending their kids there, they want that their children belong to contemporary life and culture?
I think if they want their children become belongs to contemporary life or culture, that's good. But I think they don't really understand what is contemporary even. So yeah, we don't say that. But I think the education and this whole system in China, the whole mainstream culture is to telling people you have to be success, money. I think that's drive everybody crazy. If we talk about the education.
But it's interesting because yesterday we talked about simple life. That's then the opposite of simple life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But some of the people, they start to looking for simple. Actually, not simple life. You know, they're looking for simple life, but they need to already have all the experience about being not simple, right? Like I decide to move to Berlin because people ask me why you want to move to Berlin. I said I want to have a simple life. I said my life in China is too complicated, so.
Yeah, you could also move to the middle, no? To Moscow.
Moscow, wow, Moscow, more and more Moscow make me feel Moscow a little bit like China. But it's very different, yeah. But yeah. I love Moscow, but I would like to stay in the little Europe. It's better.
Yes, I like this term, little Europe, and I agree. Do you think that contemporary art or contemporary culture can collapse?
What do you mean collapse?
Collapse, not being of any importance or value system, not relevant anymore.
Everything
despite of the art market. I'm not talking about the art market. It's
everything is contemporary these days. When in China, when I couldn't find any words, I would just said this is so contemporary. So everything is contemporary. Like the air is so bad during the art fair. I said, oh, this is so contemporary. Like the people look exhausted in those days. Everything is contemporary, right? What do you think? What do you think about the contemporary, these words? Do you think I am contemporary?
Do you think when people look exhausted, they are contemporary?
They look exhausted in the art fair. I think this is contemporary.
I like that. So
once when I take a fly to Swiss, I got a headache on the flight, so I took a Swiss painkiller. After this Swiss painkiller, I started to get this idea. I think I want to open the noodle shop in Art Basel, you know. Just call this noodle shop, just open the noodle shop.
Noodle shop?
Yeah, for 1 week, but we call it a secret agent, you know, because in the art fair, nobody really have time and desire to eat, but they drink champagne. They have no time to eat food, and those Western food is too heavy for them. I think Chinese soup noodle would be so perfect for the art world, you know. And when they have the soup noodle in the restaurant, we can maybe get the information we want to get. I don't know, just I got this idea. I want to do this noodle shop called Secret Agent. And then the Cannes Film Festival, Cannes Villa, they want to do this idea. I said, no, the idea is I have to do it in the art fair. So that's what I think it's why they look exhausted, because they're so busy, you know, they're just busy. I can't say they're busy for nothing, but they're just busy.
Are they, as getting back to what is art in China, are there specific in politics, are there specific topics people are working on? I'm not only talking about Ai Weiwei and you.
I'm different with Ai Weiwei.
Yes, yeah, but there are many more. But are there specific topics like feminism and art?
Feminism, yeah, we have it here. So, but I don't really know the feminism in China, but we have it. Yeah, I know.
What is feminism for you? Maybe we have a completely different perception of what it means.
Yeah. I think we are different.
Yes.
Feminism for me is because I don't like to limit it people, female or men. You know, I don't limit this. So I'm not really interested in this topic since the beginning.
Yeah. Are you a man?
I'm not. Scared of me.
Yeah.
But maybe inside I'm a boy. I don't know. If you talk about what is the boy, what is a man, or what is a girl, I don't know. I think I'm different, right? But maybe.
I think we share this. I like this.
Pardon?
We share this. I'm also a girl.
You're a girl.
Sometimes.
Oh. I didn't feel that.
No? Straight. Yeah. I also don't know how to make myself look more girly. It's not really
You're
possible.
not girly, but
But it's, yeah. No, but I'm missing this a little bit, and I Russia, it's too big that I could say that I know the whole contemporary art scene, but I have seen quite something, and I visited some studios, and
it's very good there.
yeah, it's very interesting. But and definitely the topics that people are working on here, it's different to the Western, if I may call it like Western Hemisphere. And I really was so interesting. There is nothing what I would call feminism and art.
Feminism?
In example, it's I'm still don't understand from some people what the people are really working about. As for me, it's difficult also to just to understand. That gives. Is good art always global?
It's good art always global. So what is global? I think the
global,
only
that we understand everything everywhere.
Yeah, I think there's only one thing is global, and there's only one thing is pop. That is love. But that's the love I'm talking about. Is everybody has it? It exists in each one. It's not those cheap love.
What pork is love? Sorry.
Pop.
Pop. Okay. So, sorry.
Shut up.
No. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's love can be global, right?
Yeah, but we had this in the last days when we end up in love. Here on that stage, we are always entering a dead end because the concept of love we cannot really define.
We can define, but we just need to go ahead.
Yeah, then we yeah, okay, let's go ahead. Then it's always we are ending up with love in the end.
No, because you are more interested in those, all the concept. You're more interested.
No, I'm
you're
not.
Good on that.
Yeah,
you're very good on. That's why I like to be with you on the stage. But I'm different.
Yeah, this is also why we are sitting here, no? So
very good.
To
understand each other.
To understand
but you understand me. You understand the love I'm talking about.
Yes, I think so. So after 5 days, I do. So and it's no? So and it's also getting more and more a normal conversation. No? So we have less translation problems.
I think we still have.
Yeah, of course, we still have.
It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, but that's the idea also. No? So what else did we wrote down? Yeah, and we had this tune also when I was listening to Tom earlier. I always I go back to. Have to think about Liam Gillick, who is our ghost, and who we get daily letters from Liam Gillick from Moscow, and it's and he preaches this already since I know him. Does the future explain the past, or does the past explain the future? And this is something what doesn't get out of my head. And I cannot answer this. How is the future and the past? And another artist today said there is also present is very important, which I don't think so. But I always think that I'm always thinking past, future, more future. But what do you think? Does the past shape our future, or does the future explain the past where we are coming from?
I don't know, I don't think about these kind of things. For me, I think the future or past is just a timeline you choose. It's just a very small, it's just a concept. Like if I ask who I am, I think me is in the concept. So I don't really think about these kind of things. Seriously, I think I live in the present. If sometimes I got sometimes and lots of times I got big problems or I got small problems or big problems for my emotion problems or for the publishing problems, all this kind of shit. In the reality, I spend the time talk to myself, or I watch science fiction film. I look at the sky, the space. I look at the moon. I feel I live there, but there is not the future. There is now. This is what I can tell you with my poor English. So I think it's just depend. It depends what do you choose. Depend what do you want. I don't want to be the slave of fear.
I think we understand us very well. I also don't want to be a slave
Yeah,
of
I think
any
it
fears.
depends on people, how people choose to deal with their fear.
But I also
we
don't
talk
know
about
if,
the
you can,
present
if
and
I
the
can say
future.
it in English, but if I don't see life completely holistic, is that possible? Holistic?
Holistic, yeah.
Holistic. It's this is maybe something what I'm longing for. You know, what is holistic?
But it's more and more we talk, I feel it's more and more it's great because we are so different. Okay. But today you ask so many different topics, makes me more and more feel.
We are in the news now. I'm only, everything.
We opened so many questions,
what comes
actually.
What is in the news? Listening to the news is exactly what we are. It's, there is a UN meeting at the moment in New York, and there they also discuss what is the future of the nation state, and will there, in a very smooth way, so because no one wants to address this, and we are. Do you think there will be a time in our life, as where the nation state, or anyway, that this a world without any borders? To be
many years before, there's a film shooted in Shanghai called Code 46. This film is talking in the future. There's no border between country, only city and non-city. So they shoot the parts of city in Shanghai and Dubai. They shoot the parts of non-city in India. So that's what they think. For me, I think, I don't think. I always thinking about something in the space. I always think about the moment if I die, which area I want to go. I want to go Blue Moon area. There's many different area I understand. So I don't think about the countries. For me, I don't have this kind of idea.
No, but it would be. Would it be interesting if you all would speak one language? Think about Esperanto.
If I only speak one language, how can I?
all, the entire world.
That would be so cool.
I
That would be
think
so
too,
cool.
huh?
Yeah. That would be really, really good. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Yes.
As I'm not talking about English, no? The various English, kind of a second language which all people have to learn, which is a completely fictional language, as Esperanto is an example.
That could be a very good idea, yeah.
I think so too. Huh? So you think then we would have...
then we can communicate it more.
Yeah, then we have, less emotional stage problems.
No, maybe it's more emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay, so...
You have already here Russian jewelry on your breast.
Yes.
Oh.
It brings me luck.
Okay,
Yeah.
brings you luck.
Yeah, it's this one. This brings me luck.
It's very busy here today.
I think our audience will fall asleep.
I hope not, but there is a lot of traffic, So you see there and there. You see it's weekend, and
no, I like it.
It's weekend, and what we tested yesterday for in the beginning, this we do now in the end, because what should be in the news? What she needs to answer.
What should be in the news
today?
Who answered this?
You.
I answered this. What should be in the
but
news?
There's nothing. What have you missed from the daily news?
I don't get it. What did you say?
Oh, no. It's just a question to the audience.
Oh, the news is
News.
I'm going to go to I'm going to
I s-
clubbing tomorrow morning, 3 o'clock.
And you...
I will do research for in the Moscow all the underground party. So I hope tomorrow afternoon I can make it here and still fresh. But the good news is I don't drink alcohol anymore. I don't take drugs anymore. So I think tomorrow I will be here, but I definitely will go out tomorrow morning.
Perfect. This is the most
Okay.
important.
It's very,
Since
very
Pop's always in the
important to
end.
see how Moscow's young
Yeah,
people
the
dancing
last
in the morning,
chapter-
5 o'clock.
The last chapter from me as an anchorman chapter, news, clubbing tomorrow morning at 3 o'clock, after party,
Yeah.
experiencing Moscow in the
Yeah,
early
and
mornings.
it's not the main street. I don't go big clubs. Yeah,
You don't go to a big club?
I don't go big club. I go a small club.
Small club.
Yeah,
Do you,
I'm looking for interesting dance floor.
With whom?
I want to see what is beautiful Russian boys and girls in the morning, how they dance, what they dress, or what they're drinking. You know, that's but especially for the music. And I already find the DJ. I already connected with DJ. I already organized everything, so I can go.
These are really good news.
Yes,
Talk to you tomorrow.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.